and either remove him from the premises or bring him back to where they want him to be. They control. And that 8C, which I don't know what the 8 means, but I know the C means control, was in the very first course that I learned. So when I was sitting in there in my final day of interrogation, having the dry heaves over a garbage can while I could look out the window and see my car and wanted nothing more than to be in that car. Those courses of 8C and the fact that she's got the door and there's a camera in the room, the fact that I was on the 11th floor of the HGB building, which is where OSA is, to get from there to my car, if I got past her, I would never get past the security guards or the cameras or get on an elevator or find a stairwell. And that does bring me back to the very beginning course that they teach in Scientology. Like I said, now time has changed. They have more initial courses, but the course used to be the first course, and now it's separated out and it's done at a later time. But it is still out in existence, and it is still called upper indoxed, and it's where you are taught and trained to physically control another person's body against their will. Against their will, you are trained to control another person's body. This gentleman is no longer with us. He was on one of the highest levels, OT7. He had given over $300,000. He gave his life. He even also worked in espionage. I don't know if you know that there used to be a group called the Cult Awareness Network, but that was taken over by Scientologists. And he was an integral part of the espionage and undercover work that went into that takeover of that building. I mean, of that company. And there's many other people like him. And the fact that Scientology, in paying his wife off with a pittance, could say, I'll just cross this line off because no one will care. And it's true. No one has cared. When I first began to shop my book, they didn't even open the cover. They heard the word Scientology and ran. An agent responded to me on the phone and her voice was shaking. They might even come after me. They might even come after me. And on this 2nd year anniversary of Anonymous, which is a group of people that weren't even Scientologists, they knew something was wrong. They knew there was no free speech. When they started, I'm sure they didn't know how deep the well went. But they were able to stand up. So why can't I? Why can't I? And why can't people care about Greg Bashaw and his son, who had to witness his attempts of suicide and his final suicide, and his wife, who was left with the debt of money that he gave to the Church of Scientology? That's all where that money went, was to the Church of Scientology. And they didn't, and they end up with him dead, and she is struggling to keep her home. So I hope you guys care. I hope you guys will talk about Greg Bashaw and the many others that are out there that go through this mental abuse on a daily basis, on an international basis. Because as somebody here said, the international headquarters are in America. If it's happening in America, it's happening in Australia, it's happening in South Africa, it's happening everywhere. If it's happening at the top, it's happening below. And it doesn't matter what country that is. European countries know more because they've had to deal with the Nazis. America is a little gun-shy about religions. because they were based on freedom of religion. So if you want to play with a deadly snake, you can, as part of your religious services. If that snake bites you, it's God's will. You don't take the anti-venom, because if you die, that's God's will. And that is America. We are different with regards to religion. And that is known. That is very much known by the Scientologists and very much used by them. My book contains a lot more information than this, and I hope you guys will get a chance to read it. I hope you guys will not leave here without looking deeper and also without the fear. Anonymous, I've told Anonymous, the people that wear the masks, keep those masks on. Drive in a different car. They take your driver's license down. They find out who you are. This is a standard thing. There is a standard thing in intelligence. The first thing they do is they want your picture. That's first. Open the file, put the picture in. Second thing that they want is they want to know where you live, and they want a picture of that home. And then they want to know where you work. And then they want to delve even deeper into the friends in your life. And if you guys, any of you guys, because you're press and you're liable to this sort of harassment, it's not the people that will get close to you that you have to worry about. It's the people that get close to your spouse or a close friend, because you will tell that close friend things. And this new person that you don't even know about, these things are shared. And that's how Scientology does their intelligence. It's not right up in your face. When it's right up in your face, it's because they want it that way. But their real intelligence and how they really gather what happens sliding in under the door. So I hope you guys do care that Greg Bashaw died after giving his life and money and credit card limits to Scientology. Thank you.
Thanks. So are there any other questions that you have that you'd like to ask now? Yeah.
I'd like to ask a question for Nancy.
Yes?
Nancy, you talked to the term in Scientology called end of cycle. You gave that in the order. Controversial online.
End of Oh, I'm sorry. End of cycle is something that came up with regards to the death of Yvonne Gentz. And it then became a rumor that L. Ron Hubbard or David Mayo gave her a program for end of cycle. She was fatally dying, which in the regular world, we would put her in hospice and make her go as gently and quietly as she could, because there was no other option. End of cycle as a specific policy I've never read, only the rumors, probably the same rumors you have.